Hello everyone and welcome to the next video here on the Ducttapestuff channel. In this tutorial I'm pretty much going to show you pretty much how to get the most out of your duct tape wallet, whether you make like a trifold or a bifold, and we're pretty much going to go over all the things that you can really put into it to make it either a better wallet or to hold more things or stuff like that. I was really inspired to make this video because during the contest there were a lot of people who put all kinds of really cool stuff into their wallets, like flip down credit card holders, flip up credit card holders, which is kind of a variation of how I taught you guys a while back, as well as putting like magic wallets and all kinds of ID holders and stuff like that into their tutorials, into their contest entries rather. So we're going to be going over pretty much all the things that I've pretty much can come up with that you can put into a wallet. I'm going to show you how to put those in, and I'm going to be linking the videos as we go along here. So let's get started here on all the things you can put into your wallets. Alrighty, so the first thing we're going to talk about are flip down credit card holders. So I'm going to show you this one wallet that I made back, kind of like a graffiti wallet that I made with the J on it. And this is basically what was my first prototype flip down credit card holder wallet that I made, and it pretty much turned out really well. How to make flip down credit card holders? Basically what you do is you take a sheet of tape, just like a small sheet, like half of a wallet, and then you stick the credit card holders on that actual sheet, which eventually attaches to the bottom of the wallet here. Now I did see a lot of people during the contest had modified this to make it on the top, and you can do that as well just by attaching it either like on the back part of the bifold here, so obviously because you don't seal it in, or you can actually attach it to the front here just so that it flips down and it doesn't come over the bifold here. They're really simple to make. They do make the wallet a lot thicker just because you have all this extra tape in here. So you do want to make sure when you if you do decide to put flip down credit card holders or flip up credit card holders into your wallet, you do want to make sure that it is just a little bit smaller than the actual wallet. I don't know if you can see there, but it's just a little bit before the wallet ends there. And basically what happens when you seal it up, you want to make sure that the wallet does an end right here, and then those credit card holders don't stick out, just because when you make the wallet thicker, when you fold it, those are going to want to pop out. So you want to make sure that you do cut them slightly smaller, but then the wallet also has to be big enough so that they don't affect the main crease here. So that's one cool thing you can add into your wallets is flip down credit card holders. It does allow you to carry a lot more credit cards just because you have all those extra places to put them in your wallet. So that's the first thing. The next thing we're going to talk about is something fairly popular in wallets that are made right now on YouTube, and a lot of people did put them in their contest entry wallets, and that is ID holders. So we're going to come to this trifold wallet here. Now this here right in the middle is just a simple ID holder. Now this doesn't use like any sort of packaging tape or clear plastic for the use of the ID holder. It's just a simple one where you put in, I cut out a square, and then cut out the actual square from the center there, and then obviously you just take your ID and you just slide it in like that. That's pretty much the most basic way to make your ID holders. Just cut it out and then cut out a spot in the middle. A lot of people do prefer to use like packaging tape. Like if you take packaging tape and you stick the two pieces together, and then you use that as your sheet so that you can see through when you do stick it onto your wallet. A lot of people also use clear plastic. Like I use the clear plastic that you can get on the old projectors. Like in the old projectors where you would type the print onto a sheet of plastic, a clear sheet of plastic, and then you would stick that sheet of plastic on the projector, and it would project it up on the wall or something like that. Those projectors aren't really around anymore, so we can kind of try to get those plastic sheets around, but it's a little hard to do. That's basically what I use. I have a whole stack of them. But basically, when you're making ID holders, that's a few ways that you can do it. Obviously you can add them to any part of the wallet that you make, and it allows you just to display your ID, like your school ID or your driver's license or anything like that, and you can see that in your wallet without even having to flip into it like a credit card holder. So ID holders are something very popular, and there's a link for that on the annotations right now. The next thing we're going to talk about are multiple credit card holders, as well as decorations on the duct tape credit card holders themselves. So to discuss those two things, I'm going to come back to my Epic Sonic wallet here that a lot of people have seen. A lot of people tend to love it. I get a lot of comments on this one. Not even from the channel, but also from my friends and everything who have seen it in person. So basically what we're talking about in this one are multiple credit card holders as well as a decoration on credit card holders. Now once again, there is a ID holder here without any plastic or anything. It just slides like right in just like that. But basically the main part of this, why I'm showing you this wallet, are multiple credit card holders. Now multiple credit card holders are something really simple to make. Basically all you do is instead of making a simple credit card holder and sticking it down here on the bottom, you start making them on the top, and then you start just layering them below each other just like this. So you have one on the top here, then you add another sheet just below that to make it your second credit card holder, and then a third one down here at the bottom to make your third one. So that's really simple to make, and it does like I said, add a lot of thickness to the wall, just because you're sticking more and more pieces of duct tape onto the sides here. But it is an effective way of holding more credit cards if you so wish, and if you want to put that in your wallet. Next thing I want to talk about are decorations on credit card holders. Now I do have a tutorial up on this as well. Basically, to add a lot of color and a lot of designs to your wallet, you definitely want to add a whole bunch of designs, and they're probably going to overlap over credit card holders. So to do that, there's actually a method to do this. You want to come up with your entire design. I usually make the entire design, stick it out on the mat here, then I peel it up, and I apply it onto here, and then I mark where the design is going to conflict with the credit card holder openings on here. That's where I know where to make the slit. So I slit it across. I apply just this piece up here separately, so just that like small piece on there, and then I take this piece here and this piece over here, and then just all the way down, so that when you look at it like straight on, it all seems to line up, even though it does obviously break apart like this, so you can stick your stuff in, there, there, and there. So that's having multiple credit card holders, as well as decoration on credit card holders. I have one video up on how to do each of those, so you guys can check those out. So that's the Sonic wallet is a great example of how to do that. Next thing we're going to talk about also has to do with covering up your designs and making sure that they stay nice and pretty. Has to do with using the packaging tape. Now the HD clear tape is what I use. It's made by Duct, and you can tell that it's on this wall, for example, just because if I use the light there, you can see that it is much shinier than the typical wall, and that's because it has the HD clear packaging tape on it. Now you can use pretty much any clear packaging tape that you want. Basically, you apply it to your wall the same way that you would stick down a normal piece of duct tape, but your main goal is to make sure that you don't get any air bubbles or creases or anything like that. It's a lot harder to do it with packaging tape than it is with duct tape, just because the packaging tape is a lot more sensitive, it's a lot more sticky, so any like little pieces of dust or any little pieces of dirt that are on your hands, even your fingerprints, are just going to get right on the sheet. So basically what I do is I cut out a bigger sheet of packaging tape. I grip the two sides, and then those are the sides where my fingerprints are going to get on, but then I stick it down, and then that part is the only part that's on the actual wallet. And I cut off those two sides that I touch with my hands, just so you don't get the fingerprints and all kinds of stuff on the actual wallet. Now basically what that does is it seals in all the designs, and basically if you get really good at it, you can get it without any air bubbles or anything like that, and then basically it just prevents you from being able to scratch up the design, being able to peel it up at all. And then if this stuff does actually peel off after a while, because it does come to an end here at the end, you can just rip it off, hopefully not too hard, otherwise you might peel up your design as well. But you can take more packaging tape and then stick it right back on, and you're back to where you started from again. So using packaging tape, using HD clear tape made by Duct, is a great way to make sure that your designs do stay in, and they don't peel up or anything like that. Because a lot of designs can get messed up when you stick them in your wallets and you take in your pockets, and you take them out and put them back in again after a long period of time. So that's a great way to protect your designs on your wallets, especially your more complicated designs that you don't want to mess up. The next thing are hidden pockets, and we're going to go to my flame wallet here. Hidden pockets can be used in a variety of different ways. I have a video up on how to do 3 different kinds of hidden pockets, and this one is basically is a simple flame wallet. It's got a few flames on it. On this side it has 2 credit card holders, but on this side it actually has 1 credit card holder right here, but also behind it is another credit card holder, which is directly behind it, and it kind of just hides there in the back. So how this works, you take your 1 credit card in there and you stick it in, and then you take your second and stick it in directly on top. Your one behind it just completely disappears, and it looks like you just have the 1 credit card in there. So that's one way that hidden pockets are done. You can also hide them in a variety of different ways. Like for example, if we go back to our flip down or flip up credit card holders, if you put like a credit card holder in the back, one of those, when you flip it out, you're probably not going to be able to find it, just because you're not really looking at that at all. You're looking at the cards that are in the front, as well as what's inside the wallet. You're not looking at behind the stuff. So there's a lot of ways that you can really hide stuff in your wallets. You can also put credit card holders, hidden pockets in your billfold, just by putting them like down in there, or attaching them to the front here and then slipping them all the way in. So that's just a few ways that you can hide stuff in your wallets, and you can hide credit card holders, money, any stuff like that. So now that'll bring us to our last thing, which will be magic wallets. Okay, magic wallets. Now, like I said before a while back, I'm not really a huge fan of them. I'm still not a huge fan of them, but they still do exist, obviously. When you make magic wallets, usually they're just standalone wallets, but a lot of people have incorporated them into their actual wallets themselves, like a bifold wallet. And the way you can do that is you just take your wallet here, say if you had this bifold, you take your magic wallet and you literally just stick it right in there, just like that. So this part obviously flips back and forth like this, and as long as this part here is stuck down inside this wallet, it's not going to go anywhere, and this part can flip back and forth freely without any trouble. So you can also do this to trifold wallets as well. So if you made like a smaller magic wallet, you could also put it in here and then flip it back and forth any way you want. So that has to do with magic wallets and how to incorporate them into any kinds of wallets that you make, either bifold, trifold, all kinds of stuff like that. So that pretty much concludes a whole bunch of different ways that you can add stuff into your wallets to either make them look cooler through the use of designs, or as well as making them more functional just by adding like pockets or hidden pockets or flip down credit card holders and stuff like that, being able to hold a lot more things in your wallet. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video on how to, add all kinds of stuff into your wallet. There will be some more videos coming in the future with a few prototypes I'm still working on. Still working on the duct tape clip-on tie, as well as the gloves, which is going to be a little bit of trouble, but I'm still working on that, trying to get the video up to you guys. So watch out for those pretty soon, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, check out the Ducttapestuff blog as well as the Ducttapestuff fan page on Facebook, and obviously if you guys like the videos on here, you can subscribe to the YouTube channel. So take care. I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Peace out. Have fun making stuff out of duct tape.